Hi everyone, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. Hope you guys are keeping well. These are the new Dali iO4 headphones, one of two in a new series. There's also the iO6. I'll talk about what the iO6 are compared to the iO4s. I'm going to review these. As you know, anyone that's new to my channel, hello. Those are our existing subscribers. You know, I review a lot of Bluetooth headphones, so there will be a definite comparison between these and the Sony WH-1000 XM3s coming as well. Anyway, let's talk about these, check them out, go through the sound, which is really important, and answer any other questions you might have later on in the comments below. Okay, so here we have the box of the Dali iO4 wireless headphones. They say in the box they have epic battery life, and believe me, that is very true. If we actually open the box, so we can see what we actually get in the box before I start talking about headphones in a lot more detail. So with the guide, it shows you where you plug the provided 3.5mm headphone jack in if you're going to use them in the wired mode. You also have the Bluetooth on, off and pairing button, and it shows you the 3 stages that you have. It talks about the different options you have here in terms of the pairings and the battery levels, and you also have here the USB-C, which is really good to have the USB-C, and charging aspects as well. And then you have your simple controls, volume up and down, which are mechanical, and if you tap once you pause, or you can actually take a call. If you tap twice, you go to the next track, and if you tap 3 times, you go back again. These are the headphones themselves, and you notice, look at this, the swivel on the cups. Really kind of a great range. That helps to aid the comfort. These actually have a 60-hour battery life. They have memory foam here, which they are also detachable, therefore replaceable. Dali didn't just use some, sort of Chinese, sort of headphone design. They created everything themselves in terms of these Bluetooth headphones. So you get a loudspeaker type sound, which is neutral and transparent, and I'll talk about some of the tracks and everything I listen to. As I say, it's 50mm drivers inside here. You can do hands-free calls, which sounded okay. It's got aptX HD, Bluetooth 4, and I say they really are comfortable. These are about €299, and the iO6, which are identical to these, apart from the iO6 have noise cancellation, which they did actually get from Sony. Just as you know, Sony probably make some of the best noise cancellation headphones. But these, otherwise, there's the non-noise cancellation version, which are these, all designed completely by Dali. Even how the actual, you notice the adjustments on the headphone all inside, so you have this cushioned headband part here, which is really nice, and everything works really well. If you look at these headphones, you'll see on this side that you have your mics, but here you've got the push button down here, and then on the top you then have volume up and volume down using these push buttons here. On the sides, looking here, here's the button that's off, on, and so forth. And turning around, you can see you've got the lights. You also have the USB-C. On here, you actually put in the 3.5mm headphone jack. But all in all, they're very nice. What you also get in the box is your USB-C to USB-A, 3.5 to 3.5mm. Headphone lead, and you get a soft pouch to keep them dust free and clean after you're not using them. That's a very simple affair. Anyway, let's talk more about the headphones. So if I show you what the headphones look like, on my head. Now, even though these aren't the noise cancellation version, because they are over ears, there is an element of passive noise cancellation that goes on. So you will get some isolation wearing these. The very first time I put them on, I just thought, oh, I've got them now. Let's just have a quick listen. So I connected them up to my Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. It was the first device I had listened to. And I thought I'll, just have a quick sort of half-hour blast. I think about 6 hours later, I didn't take them off for a whole 6 hours. I was just mesmerised by the sound on these. Mesmerised, absolutely wonderful. So Dali developed everything internally. Using all their loudspeaker expertise and sort of miniaturized it into these headphones. And it's absolutely obvious when you listen to these. I would say that these are the first Bluetooth headphones that I have used that are, first of all, easily the most comfortable pair of headphones that I have ever put in my head. And you can wear these indefinitely. They are so comfortable. These have a ridiculous 60-hour battery life. Wow, that is just crazy. Okay, taking calls as well, which is good. In terms of latency, I watched YouTube videos on these and no problem at all. Didn't have the voice lag that you can have with some other headphones. So what you have really is a focus on audio sound. What these aren't are headphones that have outrageous bass with a V-shaped sound. So if you want that kind of headphone, these aren't for you. That's not saying these don't have bass, but where the track actually have put bass in, these can kick down and create some good levels of bass. But I listened to a number of different genres, and as I said, it was just like these were picking out detail and resolution in the audio tracks that I just haven't heard before on any of my Bluetooth headphones. And I actually will reference the Sony WH-1000XM3 because they are currently my best Bluetooth headphones, but those do have noise cancellation. However, these are probably the first Bluetooth headphone that I would say I would wear these as my go-to just pick up, listen headphone that would actually replace some of my wired headphones. I've got some very good Sennheiser headphones in their HD range, and I would say these are the first time a closed back headphone that's also Bluetooth is good enough to think, right, let's put these on. But what is it? What was it about the music? It was just so enjoyable. I ended up just listening to jazz, and I was just tapping along to the beat, listening to vocals, Queen. On some of the Queen things, it was just like, you're just in a different world. But if you want to be specific, let's talk about treble, mid-range and bass. So the treble was just exquisite. It's, the whole point of listening to music is to be transported into a different world and actually really enjoy. It's not always about, what is it, FLAC, is it whatever. I was just, using standard 320 MP3 or 256 AAC. I'm also doing a lot of streaming as well. And it's just, you just want to sit back, close your eyes and think, wow, this is just, such enjoyment. So the treble wasn't harsh. It was just real, say listening to jazz, listening to rock, listening to any classical, just fantastic. And it seems to have a slight spatial sound. So in terms of, they weren't narrow in terms of the sound stage. They weren't the widest. If you want that, there are plenty of other open back wired headphones that do that. But these were very, very good. And you could definitely get placement of different instruments, voices, drums, whatever. I was listening to some Eric Clapton as well live. And it's just, can't tell you. But as I said, it is Dali say it's their sort of neutral, transparent sound. So if you're into house music, electronic music, these don't have that bass that you might want. So I would put a little reservation mark. These may not be the headphones for you because they don't have probably enough overemphasized bass, because they don't have a typical V-shaped sound. But what you will find with these, that you can listen to pretty much nearly everything, apart from stuff that you just want ridiculous, outrageous emphasized bass. And when you do listen to these, because your ears won't get tired from all the hammering, you will be listening to these for a very long time. So here's a little warning, warning, warning. The first time you get these, they go straight into pairing mode. You pair them. And all I can say is, whatever you have planned for the next half a day at least, just make sure you pencil out the rest of the day. So when you put these on, you will just keep listening to more and more music. And as a wireless headphone, you'll be discovering parts of your music that you didn't realise were there, unless you've got a really, really decent setup in a wired situation, in which case that won't be the case. But from a Bluetooth point of view, I haven't heard sound from a pair of Bluetooth headphones like these, and these have literally just been launched. But I spent a lot of time listening, and I went from classical, jazz, blues. I listened to my electronic dance music, and it's not saying it hasn't got bass, because these do have bass, but they don't add bass in. And sometimes on some of, if you're watching a movie and they put lots of explosions, a lot of cheaper headphones, even the Sony headphones that I've got, which I will do a proper comparison using specific tracks and go through that with you. That's the next video that's coming up soon. The Sony's add bass in, and also you can fine tune. There is no app. These are so simple, but what you're getting, what you're paying for, is the sound, and these sound amazing. Any questions on these, really happy to answer them. These will be my main Bluetooth headphone that I'll be using permanently going forward. So I'm happy to use answer any questions. They also have the benefit that you can use these with a USB cable, because they can do USB audio, because everything's inside here to do the conversions. That's very good, and they sound really good that way as well. You can use them with 3.5mm cables, so you've got options there. But really, you should use these wireless, cut cable, be mesmerised. Anyway, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. Any questions, ask below. Catch you guys soon. Bye for now.